Hi, friends. So, update on basically this is the message I'm getting. I have insights that come through, and so this is what I want to share with everybody as we're going through this time together. The very first thing is that this time will pass. I want that to be the first. If you only take one thing, if you listen to these 30 seconds of this video, this time will pass. This will not last forever, but it is happening right now. It will last for now. So understand, come to acceptance with this time will pass. Everything changes, everything passes, everything evolves into the next stage. So keeping in mind that this is temporary, this discomfort, this I think the unknown is always, we really never know what's going to happen, but this time of like disorienting period will pass, and we will have answers and we will have clarity. So just keep pushing through. This time it's not going to be forever. We're not going to be stuck in this as a reality. Like this is it's coming to an end. It's getting closer to coming to an end every second that passes. Does that make sense? So hang on, don't give up. Don't slow down, don't panic, don't do anything. Just keep, now is the time to keep moving forward. Now is not the time to sit still and drown in your own thoughts or whatever you can make up in your own mind. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, you can do this. You can do this. The collective fear is far more uncomfortable than the rest of it to me. So just know that you can get through this. In our blood, our ancestors crossed oceans for months at a time with just following the stars and sleeping outside with no guarantee that they would get where they wanted to do. They fought animals, they lived outside, they slept in the open, they followed stars for navigation. Like, we are so soft. Our ancestors have done real shit, and that's what's in your blood. So if anything, take this time and use it to illuminate the spaces that no longer resonate with you, the things that are out of alignment, because this time will pass. And now is the time to figure out, what have I been doing? Where have I been losing parts of myself? Like, what have I been bullshitting? Like, is anybody else relieved that we have something different happening? Like, am I the only one that feels that way? So it's important to understand that you have the blood of hundreds and thousands of people that have survived and conquered and evolved to this point. We evolved from creatures that were using tool and starting fire with sticks. Like, we can fucking do this. And so don't stop, don't slow down, don't give up. You are not as weak as the world wants you to believe. And if somebody wants you to believe that you are weak, there's some benefit to them in that. So those are the two big things. The third and really important thing is we need to find some autonomy and self-regulation in our emotions. If your emotions can be so easily dictated and manipulated by an outside source, you are very controllable. That means you don't have a lot of autonomy in your own mental space. If you are easily controlled and manipulated, what does that mean to you? What does that mean for you? Like, I don't have the answer for that. It's I think it's become very obvious that we need to be able to self-regulate and make our own decisions based upon our gut instinct, our feelings, our understandings, our science, our whatever. So I think the inflation of fear that was caused by the hooking control of the media has created a far worse feeling than was necessary. Um, I'm not saying that this is nothing. This is a huge winter period, let's say, for the earth. This is a huge moment of breaking so we can rebuild better. This is a huge ending of things, but not really an ending. That's why I like to call it a winter, because things have to be removed for new growth. For example, like if you've ever had roses or almost all types of plants, if you cut back if you deadhead the roses, for example, it causes more growth. And so that's kind of what we're in now, is we're seeing all of really to the forefront, the holes in systems and practices that we have in place, and like lifestyles, if this thing can really be combated by a healthy immune system. And we're understanding that majority of Americans especially don't have a lifestyle that's conducive to a healthy immune system. Like, that's a pretty big hole in the system, So that's important to think about and to be aware of. And so this is a real period of reflection and reevaluation, and kind of like that step, like an arrow, you pull it back so it can slingshot forward, So we're just kind of in that pullback before we do the rebuild. And so I prefer to call this a winter, because things will continue. You don't think that a tree freaks out every time it loses its leaves every winter, and then all of a sudden, like, new growth, like flowers, So this will blossom into something beautiful, and you have the opportunity to make this time what you will. Like, that is creating your own reality. That is pulling back your power. That's not giving your power away to a stranger or an institution, or letting someone else dictate how you should feel and how you should think. Like, we need that autonomy. We need the independence. We need people to be different and unique, because that's how we have growth. Like in Brian Callen's comedy special on Netflix, he talks about idea sex, and like that's how we have idea sex, and that's how we create like beautiful baby ideas from this idea sex, this fertility of sharing and collaborating. So the other thing that's so important through this is that we're seeing that community is huge. When of course I'm going through waves of like, oh my gosh, and then like, fine, like everybody. And if I'm going through that, like, oh my gosh time, and I'm talking to my community members, like, I feel instantly better knowing that we're together and we're connected and we have options. And so if you haven't reached out to your community, if you haven't even reached out to your partner to say, like, I have your back, that's huge. Even though we may be spatially separated, we, thank God, have the internet, we have electricity still, we have our health, we have food, we have water, we have each other. And so with our health, with each other, with these things, we can figure this shit out. Coming together as a unified group through this will be far more healing. It will be far more helpful, and it will go by faster, and you can make this what you will. You assign what this period means to you. If this is going to be the end of you, I mean, okay, you can do that by yourself, because the rest of us are waking the fuck up. So, if this is going to be your end, then, that's your choice. Survival of the fittest, I guess. You're not, and I don't mean end as in sickness. I definitely don't mean end as in like catching the virus. What I mean is mentally, is this your end? Like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, if you refuse to find purpose, if you refuse to step forward into the light, if you refuse to face the shadows and the demons that we're all being confronted that are inside of us at this time, if you refuse to step forward and agree to that battle, even if you don't win the first time, because it's going to be difficult. It takes time to win these types of inner battles and change this perspective. But if you don't want to step up to the plate, those of us that are going to keep going. We have to keep going. We have to keep moving. So if you want to be left behind in the dust, that's completely up to you. But this isn't an end. This isn't an end to the world. What this is a forced evolution. So discomfort is the environment for growth, and that's what we're seeing. So the people that choose to step up and grow through this are the ones that can find prosperity, that can find themselves, that can find the light, the divine within them. So don't give up. Know this time will pass. Find a way to emotionally regulate. I'm offering tools on my blog, carousel.com, or I'll be posting here on my YouTube channel, Carousel. So please follow. Please subscribe. I'm posting pretty much daily, maybe more, depending on what comes through. And this is my work. I'm stepping in, I'm stepping up, and we're in this together. Like I'm providing free tools and resources because I believe and know that humanity and people and like my fellow man can do this. We can fucking do this, but maybe you need guidance. Maybe you just need someone to confirm these truths that are already inside you. You just need that small adjustment. And if it's me, great. If not, there's other people stepping up in this space and maybe they're for you. So, the way I see it is through this churning, the cream of the crop will rise. The truth is always true no matter what. And these lies, anybody that's a false prophet or taking advantage, like anything that's operating with this like shadowy energy will become very apparent, and it'll fall to the wayside because we don't have the time or the patience for it anymore. Like we need real. So for other real, we're out here, we're doing the work. So please subscribe, please follow, email me if you need help. I offer work, I offer readings, and I'm here. So my name is Caroline, and be well, my friends. Be safe. I will talk to you soon.